Now, here with the one and only Phil Vickery. Top of the props, I read. a newspaper called you years and years ago. Look, I'm a rugby novice and I want to learn what life is like on the front row. You're going to throw us through a little demonstration now.
Well, I'm going to try to. You're going to get involved in that demonstration?
Of course I will, of course I will. And Bryan wants to get involved in that demonstration because he's far off a scrum.
I think the first thing to remember about the scrum is about your position, your alignment. So if
let me get rid of this. Hold on.
Get rid of that one there. So
I'm ready to go.
Look what he's turned up in. Would you see this?
We're ready to go.
I mean, I didn't come match ready, but
match ready.
Look at me being chucked in front of these two
So
cars.
if you think, as far as if we're going down in a front row position, I mean, good position. Yeah, I know, you don't want that. So we were straight. So we're talking about our spine. We're talking about being in line.
Yeah.
Remember that people are pushing this way.
Okay.
Remember that people are trying to push this way. So how can I get myself in the strongest possible position? So it's just about making sure so that when you can drive through, you're moving. What you don't want to be, if you think about your back being straight and someone pushing, you're going to create a really good platform for people to push with, but also you're strong against. As soon as you bend your back, regardless of how strong you are, you bend.
So whenever you see a scrub going up into that and the referee sort of calls it up and it sort of comes into a sort of arch, triangular position, what's happened there?
Well, the thing is, as a tight head, I'd be looking to pin you down more. So my weight looking to push the loose head and the hooker down, whereas a loose head perhaps is looking more to get up and to push upwards. So if two amounts of pressures come, it's got to go up or down, or one team's got to move. And when you've got great big four-wheel drive tractors behind you that don't want to move, you either go down or you go up. So that's
little something me and Bryan were talking about earlier is that basically if someone's trying to push you this way, how do you compensate to try and keep that?
But you see, as a tight head prop, so if I was scrummaging against you, I'm scrummaging against you as a tight head prop, so I've got you and the loose head both trying to push me, whereas if I'm the loose head, so all he's worried about is me. So it's different. If you're trying to get me, so then you've got that's when the combinations of shoulders, binds, hooker. Well, I used to say to hookers, for me, when I played, when they got to hook the ball, which they have to now, is they'll tend to lean to the ball.
Okay.
Well, if they lean to the ball and I'm there, I'm on my own against two people. So you used to say lean away. So to make sure that they use their shoulder to help my inside shoulder, so it sounds complicated.
It does. Now, you've used two terminologies there, and a lot of people might be watching this not know. Loose head, tight head, what does that mean?
Well, the loose head is on the left-hand side, and really, so if I'm loose head, so you're the front row, I'm loose head, my only responsibility, because I bind in, I go in there. If I'm number 3, the tight head, I'm in here. Hence the reason why tight heads get paid a lot more money.
They should be as well. They should be. Tight head, fly half.
But it's a wonderful position. It's confrontation. I mean, it's hard.
I mean, look at the size of me. I'm not made for this front row nonsense at all.
You
reckon?
Yeah, you'd be all right.
You're flattering me.
He'd be a good loose head. We put him on the loose head.
As a winger, ever got involved in a scrum?
So I've never done the actual front row. I do, though, think I did a much better job than Johnny May packing down at loose forward.
Yeah.
Johnny struggled to sort of find exactly where he needed to be. I've had to do it on 3 occasions. Yeah. Yellow cards sort of leading to that effort. But I think when you sort of get there and you feel a little bit of what it's like, I think the level of respect you get for what those forwards do increases monumentally.
To bring that into today's game, though, with the conditions, there's been a lot of rain around, there's some big, heavy, powerful men out there going to be playing today.
Yeah.
The team, for me, which will win, will be the half-back pairing, so we saw Gareth Steenson earlier on, understanding just how difficult this area is and putting them in the right positions in the right areas of the field, because that is key. If you can have a little bit of an appreciation just for how hard this is, you will certainly change and reflect the way that you play.
In your career, have you looked at an opponent and thought, that guy's an absolute beast? I'm not ready for this. I'm not really sure I can take this guy on.
Well, the beast, for one. Listen, you have good and bad days. And probably for me, because I started as an early prop, as a young prop, I was capturing at the age of 21. So like Christian Califano, who was an unbelievable athlete, but one of the guys who still scares me today, and even if he was to walk in this room, I would cower, would be Oz Durant. You know, Oz Durant was probably one of the biggest human beings that I've ever played against. And when I played against him, I remember he hit me once, and I remember feeling proud that he'd hit me. But then the funniest one, I know we've got times you get cross at me, but in '09 when we played with the Lions there, he was in one of the after-match functions, and even then, when he came across the room, I sort of cowered and went across and shook his hand because I was still scared of him then, even though he'd been how many years retired.
Not to flatter Phil any, my debut was against that England side in 2004, and I got there and I was on the bench, and just seeing this England scrum absolutely dominate, CJ van der Linde, John Smith and Oost Durant, I was like going on there as a 21-year-old doing it, thinking, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't want to be a part of this.
Quickly, before we finish with you, we've had loads of tweets in. One here from Fud82 says, who is your toughest opponent, team or individual that you've ever played against?
Anything to do with the South Africans, just for their sheer size. Playing against the All Blacks is amazing. The French, which I can't, there's not one.
Okay, one here. David Wilsonator says, who was the best coach you ever played for, club and country? Club or country?
Best coach for me as a front row forward, Brian Ashton, because he was a backs coach who cared about front row forwards and wanted you to be the best you could be. Gotta be Warren Gatland.
Smart.